Comeuppance Network. This is How to Watch TV.
Altered Carbon with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel.
I'm Jeremy. We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network. What was that? We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You check all of our social media sites at thishishowtowatchtv.com and email us at thishishowtowatchtv@gmail.com. That was a pretty good save.
Right. Subscribe to all of the Jay and Jack Network shows at jayandjack.com/network, or go through their Amazon links if you're buying any of the products that Amazon sells, which is pretty much everything. So if you're going to buy one of anything, click through jayandjack.com/Amazon. And then if you want to monetarily contribute, go to that/.com/Patreon, etc., etc.
I'm sorry, like my sweatshirt's like the average sweatshirt in podcast for me, so I have to lose that fucking.
Oh, you've been wearing it over and over
like
again?
I just throw that on a lot of times. So like, yeah, I catch it. Like it's got to be in a lot of podcasts, man. Like, so I decided.
Just got self-conscious at the last second.
I'm not self-conscious. Why? Okay, whatever you want to call it. Now you make me feel all weird and uncomfortable.
So it's been a while since we did one of these.
Sorry, yeah,
we've just been busy.
It's
that's
been
all.
insane. Life, like no kidding. But
right.
Yes. The show is still interesting. Hopefully you're still... People have probably lost interest. They've already binged it and been... Altered Carbon, like, that's like 4 weeks ago, man. Like, I'm not...
I do
watch that.
I do genuinely get
still
that.
have not managed to get spoiled on it, though.
Right.
Like, anybody hasn't mentioned it to me or anything like that. So
no, the first episode we watched this week was episode 7, Nora Inu.
Yeah, okay. That's it.
Yeah, so we finally get, like, what was burning...
Like one of the big reveals,
the ash in the woods. What was it?
Oh, that.
You know what I mean?
I was talking about like
from the first episode,
right?
You know, where we're like, oh, we're gonna find out what that shit is.
That was the Battle of Stronghold, right?
Right.
Or the end, like him.
That
standing
sounds like
there.
something out of Attack on Titan.
It sure does. I'm telling you, man. I
Jaeger.
don't know why.
Right.
There's a lot of influence from that show in other stuff, man. You do see it, and I was playing off beaten path here, but I was playing a video game called Titanfall, and there's an ability called Grappling Hook.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's the 3D.
God, it's not, like the double one like they use, but like I'm telling you, man, I was zipping along, like running on walls and shit, and I was like, this feels like a lot like Attack on Titan. Like, holy shit.
So we see Kovach's sister when she was young, and she used to wear the mom's necklace, and that's where the Dragon comes from. The Dragon Infinity.
The tattoo.
Dragon Infinity. Dragon Infinity?
I get it. It's okay.
Yeah. Shut up, that works. Hashtag Dragon Infinity. Some guy killed her mom, and Kovach kills him. Turns out it was his dad. His sister is trying to save him in the present.
That actor, like that played the dad, looks suspiciously like the big biker.
Oh, never mind.
Like the big biker guy that was chasing around.
Right.
Like it almost could have been the same actor. Like without the tattoos and stuff.
The one that played the grandma.
Demi and the grandma and like the actor with the widest range on the show apparently.
Right, so far.
Right.
Because the other side of it is you get Kovach, you get Japanese Kovach, which it's two actors playing the same role rather than one actor playing multiple roles like the other guy is.
It's insane with this show, man. If you really think about it, man, they had to... I mean, the actors are killing it, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So Kovach is explaining to cops his dad dropped his mom in a coolant pool, so there was no body. And then he gets put in an interrogation VR. And that room was one of the coolest fucking looking rooms I've ever seen. That yellow squared room.
Insane stuff.
That was so cool looking.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean,
where do you find a room like that?
Never mind the VR part of it. Just like that. Well, in virtual reality, that's where you find that room. But that just, it looked so badass. I don't know. Do you think that they CGI'd that, or do you think that they made a room like that?
That certainly didn't look like. Are you talking like green screen type of shit? No.
Yeah, the lighting would have been impossible to do the way it moved.
You would have seen You would have
traces of it.
At that point, that show turns into what the fuck's
Once
the name
Upon
of
a
it?
Time.
Yeah, and then I'm not watching it anymore. No, that was a real. They constructed that site. For
I
sure.
loved
Like,
that show.
that
for
room.
the
They
first
either have a
season.
room like that. Somebody has some weird room like that somewhere.
I want
or
that
they
room.
made that.
I want to make my new studio that room. It just
Oh,
lights,
come on, man.
Just lights in
You just-
squares. That'd be the
it's- I
coolest
mean,
thing ever.
it
If
just-
I could adjust
it just-
them like with my phone,
To make it fucking
dimmer and
say
any
shit or
color.
different images on the wall.
spell out stuff.
Well, that's when you just put like a giant screen on the wall, a giant LED screen on the wall.
Not a bad idea. All on
awesome.
the table. Let's see. So, do you think that the story that they're telling is accurate with the mom? Do you think that the mom's really dead? Because there's no body, conveniently. He didn't necessarily see him put her in the pool, did he?
Well, they showed it. They showed that little. It was like a little glimpse, like a little flashback of a body dissolving in some fluid. But they didn't show any like Stat get killed or Stat. The Stat could still be around.
Yeah, I just had a thought. Maybe the mom's going to come back into play at some point.
It's possible. I mean, anything's possible at this point. Like death is just what.
Right, it's temporary in theory.
I guess that's the thing. Unless you see the Stat get blown out, but
They
then
distinguish
even
it as
then-
real death.
But even then, there's still the backups and the clones.
So
and-
Coptu didn't have a backup.
No, because I think he was religious.
Oh, that's right.
So he can't be backed up or like, because I think like if you get spun up in virtual, even get spun up in virtual reality, I think you're disobeying the religion or whatever it is.
Right.
I that's a stupid way to say that. The religion
You're
that's
going
focused on the
against
show.
that
And so
part,
it's,
yeah.
it seems like Christianity.
Oh, I
Close
have no
to it.
idea, yeah.
I mean, like it's something close to that. It's not. They haven't said like if it's Catholicism or anything like they haven't picked.
Well,
up
but
every-
didn't
all
he-
the other religions are still around? He was
But he believes in
Allah. He was a Muslim.
Oh, him. Yes. Sorry.
Who are you talking about? I'm sorry.
I was transferring to mustachioed Japanese guy.
What a weird little fucker that guy is.
But we don't need to get to him yet. For
No,
some
but
reason,
I'm
that
talking
was where
about
my
her
brain
partner.
went. Yeah. So he was.
I think
yeah.
he was Muslim, so he didn't. It was against his religious beliefs to be.
Right. I believe it's against any religious beliefs for the most part. We haven't heard anything.
Well,
that-
true enough, right?
I'm sure there are
But,
new religions in
I
this
was just going to
world.
say the same
Yeah.
thing. You're a thought ahead of me there. Like, that's exactly what I was just going to say. Like, there's probably new religions based on this stuff like that. Like the whole AI thing and them
Yeah.
having their own existence outside of our existence is a weird thought too.
So he gets recruited by CTAC, the Colonial Tactical Assault Corps, and they're going to go off planet, and he can never see his sister again. And his sister wakes him up and in the present, and he's back in White Kovac. I hate to have to make that distinction, but
And he's getting
I don't
interrogated
know
by
the
tough guy
actor's
Don
name.
Riggle or whatever. Jaeger. He looks like what's his name? Riggle.
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but well, no, not even here. He's now back in the present. Yeah, not Japanese Kovac. Japanese Kovac is being interrogated, and that was the kid. Oh, so his sister wakes him up in the present, and he asks her to save the sleeve. Why?
Because he's got a stiffy for fucking.
He's into Ortega. Okay.
Obviously.
I mean, I was just checking to see if that was your interpretation
Stiffy.
as well. A stiffy.
What was that?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's a very weird phrasing. Stiffy. I haven't said that since
Some shit you say when you're fucking
Yeah.
9. I'm a stiffy.
I got a stiffy.
Anyway.
So
So yeah, he's into Ortega, like totally. So that's why he wants
well,
to.
she
like,
then saves him with relative ease after saying, "I can't save you." It was like, oh, well, why didn't?
Is it me or is she not a great actress?
She is weird to me because I really liked her in Dollhouse, but she was a minor character, and she's a minor character.
I've seen her in other
this.
stuff too. She's a minor character?
In this?
She's like the big bad. She's the one who's been pulling all the strings the whole time. Did you like miss that?
No, I mean, I don't
Talking to
know.
him as a little girl
But
and
she's
shit?
been a minor character up until this point.
Okay,
she's been
like
a
it's like you were
yeah.
right, but she's emerging now as.
Well, yeah, she
Right,
could
okay.
break out and be a bigger part of the show going forward.
I'm just acting
but
like the way she's like, okay, fine, I'll save it. Like it was just like, she was just like, I can't save it. Then okay, fine, I'll save it.
Yeah, it was no big deal. It was just like, okay. Yeah, no, oh, you do want me to save it. Oh, I couldn't a minute ago, but we're good now.
I think she wanted to like get rid of it. Like,
And then we see they both have the tattoo.
right.
So, I mean, maybe she softened up after that. No, she didn't see the tattoo till after she agreed. So, Kovac, his first time back to Earth, and he gets to wear his original sleeve. But he didn't get to see it get to that age.
No. That's the first time he's been
Other
back in
people used it.
Right, and it's got fucking holes in it and scars, and it's just been used for battle and shit. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't
That's
it?
really messed up concept. Right. I mean, it's weird how you take this show that, in theory, could get boring and figure out a way to make it so intricate and, like, all that kind of stuff.
The whole not death thing kind of makes you, like, there's no consequences, so it's just like, but it does.
But you could go to jail, right?
You could get, like, put...
Yeah, there's consequences, but there's not like life and death consequences.
Right.
That's the only difference.
So it's just a little, I don't know. I do enjoy the show. It's not that I don't, but I guess it's taken us a really long time to get through it, you know?
Oh, that's all. Yeah, if we had been able to just sit down and do them all.
Right.
So their missions are incentivized with bonuses for most kills, etc. His sister pulls a gun on him and says to lie about having killed the target.
The Praetorians. He's they're I like the names of the type of soldier or whatever he is. Like they're the SeaTac Praetorians.
Okay.
Like with that
with the
mask,
because that sounds it's like Predator thing, right?
I don't necessarily know what that word means or if it is an actual word, is it not?
I don't know.
Anyway, but like they're going through and they're killing the Yakuza. They have a target.
Right.
They're taking out the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia.
Right. He asks about his mother's necklace, and then they have a little family reunion, and then they kill everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but it was like that choice was made instantly. Like he'd been raised now basically in SeaTac, but then he saw his sister, and it was just like, okay, and just starts wiping out like the dudes he was just in the fucking locker room with. Right. You know, like, holy shit, that's like That's powerful loyalty.
Right, and again, it's crazy to think that you would do that when you don't know if it's her or not. He doesn't know. The sleeve could have been left with the necklace. Or, I mean, you know, she wasn't even wearing it. He asked about it. But, like, all I'm saying is there could have been a way that it could have been somebody else. We've seen it so many times in this show.
I'm not disagreeing with you. However, there's been twice now where you've seen people look like with the I don't know if it's in the next episode or not, but
Lizzie, yeah,
Lizzie sees the dude who she shouldn't know from Adam and like recognizes her mother.
Right.
So
I mean, to be fair, she's in a VR state. So
yeah,
like,
okay, if you really want to get
perception,
something like that, but like maybe something like that, like he just felt it,
Yeah.
but
the opposite of what
like
what
they
Ortega
were both on the
said.
same planet, so he's back to the original planet that he grew up on, or that he was born on, or whatever the fuck where him and his sister were together at the planet that they were on.
Are we not assuming that's Earth?
Dude, I don't know. They said home planet. I don't think it is
because
when they were
about city names or anything.
No, because when they were when they were in the flashback as children, there was like a narrator or their father or whoever it was. I don't think that was their real father. Was like, we're a new colony or blah blah blah. And there's no. So I think they were off world. I think they were off Earth on a new planet, like that was just being built up.
Are we to assume that their home planet is Earth?
No, that's what I'm saying. They said we went back to our home planet where their father was killed or whatever. So I don't think that's...
Oh, but... Okay, sorry, let me rephrase the question. Are we to believe this show is set on Earth?
I believe that the Bancroft stuff and the Raven...
Uh-huh.
That's all on Earth, yes.
Do we have any evidence to support that? Have they said city names or... Oh, they said Tokyo for the deal or something like that, or Hong Kong or Beijing.
But they showed the...
okay, I just wanted to make
either
sure.
The Manhattan Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge.
It was just a thought that
so
was
I think
like,
it is
shit, are we
Earth.
on Earth?
I think it's in California.
Okay.
So that because that makes sense. Then going to Japan to make a deal,
Right. Okay.
You know,
Fair
but
enough.
like
I just wanted to confirm that we were on Earth there.
it's like they're cooling the whole Earth, though. Like if you really think about it, like I was thinking about this while I was watching like a scene where they were flying over like the big, like engine-looking things that were in the water, you know, and they're
Okay.
flying over the city. You know what I'm talking about? And then they said coolant pool. And they think so, like maybe they're like. That's like how they fix global warming
By cooling it.
by cooling the actual planet in
Interesting.
certain areas. You know
Well,
what
I mean,
I'm saying?
harnessing-
Like I didn't explain any of the technology. I bet it is explained in the book. Like a lot of the
Oh, I forgot
the-
this is from a book.
far off technology.
Oh no, we're gonna do that book thing again, huh?
No, I don't think so. Nobody's listening to this.
Too bright there. Okay, anyway. So they go to the forest, and that was that massive song spire tree
Yeah.
that he was talking about that he had
Huge.
seen.
That
That
he
thing was
flashbacked.
ridiculous. I want
like
to
a
know
building.
about those things. I know that it's such a minor part, but like I want to know about that shit.
You think that's part of the alien technology that they found?
I would
that
think
was
it would
able
have to
like,
be, yeah. 'Cause
create the stacks?
it glows the same way.
same
We
way.
talked about that. Yeah, that's right. So it's hard to think of him as the same character. You know, sometimes Japanese Kovacs. Like, but when you do, you can see some mannerisms. But like, I forget that it's the same guy. That he's supposed to be playing the same guy.
Dude, like I don't know why, but that has not been a problem for me. Like I followed the show really well. Like
Yeah.
I haven't been like, who the fuck is this now? Like I've been able to.
No, they tell you, but like when we're sitting with him for a while, rather than it being a quick flashback,
Right.
I forget. Oh, that's
like,
Kovacs. Yeah,
that's
duh.
because the whole like half of this episode was like in flashback.
No, it was pretty much. I mean,
Almost
yeah, there
like
was just a
yeah.
couple popping to present day. It was. I loved the idea of like a backstory episode.
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good.
It's
This
like the
was a-
governor episode in Walking Dead,
Right.
where it's just like boom,
How about
set.
that? Like just speaking of like set pieces and like where they like found a film, that bridge, that crazy ass fucking suspension bridge.
Oh,
Do you
right.
understand? That thing, like they didn't build that for the show. That thing exists
probably
somewhere.
exists,
What
yeah.
the fuck, man? Would you ever walk across
Yes,
that?
right now. Let's do it. Right.
It
this
was
second.
pretty sturdy. It looked like pretty huge. Like I might walk across that one,
That'd
but
be
like
cool as
I would
shit.
never walk across one of those old like pirate bridges that's got like
rickety-
falling planks and shit like that. No, I'm not going. I guess unless there's a pack of mountain lions chasing me, I'm not crossing that fucking bridge.
Fair enough.
Right. But that suspension bridge they were on was nuts looking. Like that's all I could think about during that scene. Like I couldn't like the first time I watched it, I couldn't even pay attention to what they were saying because I was like, "Holy shit, man! Where is this fucking bridge?" Like,
Right. So that was when Kelcrest Falconer kidnapped them.
right.
And
That's why I meet her.
he
for the
woke up
first time.
strapped to the center of a bridge. Oh, that's when they first met her. Gotcha.
Right.
She asked him to join them, and she asked him what he would do for revenge against the Protectorate and anything.
See, I guess revenge for what though? Because they didn't keep his sister safe like they said they would. Is that the need for revenge against the Protectorate?
Because revenge against the Protectorate.
You know what I mean? Like, what did they do to him? Besides, like, raise him and train him to be a fucking badass. It was was it because he like didn't you know how Jaeger promised to keep his sister safe?
Right.
Like, did she not? I mean, she said that's not what they did. Like, he said they were going to put her with a nice family. He's
Oh,
like, yeah, she
revenge
lied.
would be because of that. Yeah.
I mean, some of these things, like I forget what other show it was that there was like this big like need for revenge, and it was like the thing that the person did was not like what you having some problems over there? The thing that the person did was not like. It's like really like. Is this really revenge worthy? Oh, it's The Walking Dead with Daryl. Like he's so hell bent on getting revenge against fucking Negan and thing, but like. dude, like they didn't pull your fingernails out. I mean, Saeed tortured fucking Sawyer worse than they did to you.
Yeah, and he's
Right, like he locked you in a room and fed you peanut butter for a couple days. What the fuck, man? Like what?
No, dog food.
Dog food. So you're like really like that? Like I'm
They
getting
fed you
these
the pizza you
motherfuckers.
were just
Like this
eating.
is the same thing. Like with the revenge. Like she's still alive and she's a badass.
Right.
So like really, what?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, like
because of the
journey,
torture
is it
she had to go.
journey?
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
just because he lied. I mean, I would think just for that, Kovac seems like that kind of a dude. That
Like
you
he's just
fucked
going
over
to
my
murder
family.
everything and
Yeah.
everything you own because you lied to him. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Family, no matter what. And
Right.
They, let's see. They begin their training. You must understand that the weaknesses of your weapons, they are tools to kill and destroy. They do not give you power. She tells Kovac and another dude to take her down, and that's where we get the build a pack speech again.
Right.
In a little
and
bit
that
of
whole
context.
fight scene and
Yeah.
the context of that fight scene.
Right.
A little bit too.
This is where I predicted Mom not dead. I don't know why. I just a thought.
Okay.
Kovac stayed behind in a virtual scenario. He managed to complete the mission. So yeah, they put them all in like these pods that looked like something out of Futurama. You know, where they go in the pod and then
Yeah.
they're like into a virtual thing. And
Okay.
what was the implication of him staying behind? I didn't quite get that. Like everybody acted like it was a big fucking deal, and then he just came out after everybody and everything was done.
No, they went back and got him.
They went back in.
They
for
went
him?
back in and got him. After they were locked out, like he got caught behind the glass and then got caught. He was caught for a while and then they went back in and got him.
Oh, I was just
And then
talking
she
about
beat
when
up
they-
Jaeger in the
Oh, okay.
in the
I don't
yellow
remember
room?
that part.
Killcrest Falconer kind of rescued him.
No,
out of that
not
virtual
there.
realm.
I'm talking about when they with what was that guy's name? DeSoto. It was
Okay.
before he like yelled at him at lunch or at dinner or whatever.
Okay.
When they all went into these pods in the same room. It was like one of their first missions, the Kelcrest Falconer mission.
Okay.
And he was Kovac was the last one to wake up, and everybody was pissed that he's like, oh, he threw me out of it. Like I didn't
remember,
quite get what the worry was that he was in there by himself. Like, so what? It came out like it was like 40 seconds later, and everybody's losing their shit. I don't know. I didn't quite get what the point was. Yeah, no, fair enough.
I'm sorry, man.
No, he managed to complete the mission, but then DeSoto's being a douchebag, and then they share a drink.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out if Kelcrest Falconer was his girlfriend or leader at this point. Like, they had always alluded that they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but they didn't show it really.
Well, you could tell that they were like had a thing, but like
But I didn't know if it was like she's the leader and he just like bows to her kind of thing, or if it was a love thing.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it definitely started as the
This
one and then
kind
went
of
to the other.
it drove a wedge between him and his sister.
But that seems like she was going to be that way no matter what. Whoever it
Because
was.
he said no family, no matter what.
Right, but that doesn't mean he can't ever have some chick that he likes.
I mean, if you really take it in a literal sense.
Oh, what, you're saying she wants him?
No, I'm saying family, no matter what. Like you like, she was worried because they were going on this mission where they were going to get killed.
Right.
But she sold him out, dude. The sister
Yeah.
sold the whole crew out. That's why they
Right.
were wiped out.
Right, and then blew up the thing with her in it.
With her in it, but she had already been backed up.
Right.
She had already started her little
Yeah, her empire or whatever that she ended up building.
See,
Yeah.
that's why she got where she got. He doesn't know that yet.
Right.
He thinks she worked her way up from nothing, basically.
Well, we got to go back to Kelcrest real quick. I hate having to say that every fucking time. I
Just called her Cal or Kill or whatever.
Yeah. So she's talking about the future and is predicting the sky people, the wealthy that answer to no one and cannot die.
Right.
I mean, this was hundreds of years ago that she's
Right.
predicting that. She wants to bring back real death by hacking into the coding and giving every person 100 years no matter what. She's going to die in the central core when she goes in there to do so to save humanity. And then Kovac steps up as part of the Five to attack the garrison,
Right.
and he gets captured.
Right.
They spin him up in
what I
the
was
same
talking
room
about,
from
sorry.
28 years ago. He suggests redecorating. I disagree. I'd love
Yeah,
to
he
look.
loves the room.
KF shows up in the virtual and starts fighting the guy. And she easily wins the fight and convinces Kovac to
She
wake up.
controls the construct.
Right.
Like we had back in like episode 3 when he was being tortured. Take control of the construct.
Right. They talk about her saving him, and she tells him that she created Stax. She's Nadia Makita.
Right.
Taida Said, Nadia.
Okay.
She wanted to explore.
Wow, that's weird.
She wanted to explore. I mean, it's just a name.
Yeah, but still, it was that I just mentioned him,
Right.
though.
She wanted to explore other worlds, but one life wasn't enough time. So she's like, roads were why Rome became such a powerful empire. They could send their armies all over the world. She says she set him free, and wait. Oh, and then they do it. Yeah.
Right.
Kovac writes in her book. Like she had that little thing, and he filled some parts in. Think he's just fucking with her, or is he like knows to put that there somehow?
It was weird. Like
right. Then her sister catches him, or his sister catches him, and she gets all weird about it.
Right.
And then something is happening to the people, like they're being activated or something.
The Rawlings virus.
Okay, so that was the code that was
That
fucking
like
with
overwrote their stacks and like made them turn crazy and kill each other and
Okay.
claw their eyes out and fucking
Right.
see thing. You know, like it took control of their brains and shit. Like
Right.
it's weird, isn't it? Like
So-
that's a thing that could happen to you in this world. Like you could be killed by a computer virus.
Yeah, kill
By your
yourself
stack.
because of your own shit. So White Kovac wakes up. So is he not the last envoy? Is he not the last envoy since Ray is alive?
No, right. Well, was she ever really an envoy?
I thought only envoys could be in that group. We
Yeah,
are
but she was-
envoys.
Yeah, but she was never really part of them. She turned on them. You know what I'm saying? She was never really there. I'm
Whoa, do
saying
you
from
think
like
that was the
from a
long-term
heart
plan?
sense. Like she was only there because of her brother. She wasn't there because of that group.
Right.
So, like I'm saying, was she ever really an envoy or part of that group? But as far as like
he would have known if she was an envoy or not.
The
They're siblings. You'd think if
the
your
super
siblings are both-
senses or whatever they have kind of thing, like the envoy intuition,
Right.
as they called it. So she was trained by the envoy. So I
Right.
guess she's an envoy.
Right.
So, but nobody
I
knew
don't
that.
think it's a thing you train with. I think it's a born thing, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or
I don't
is
think
it a
so.
train?
I think they trained you to use.
Does anybody
your
know?
environment.
I'm not really certain on that. If they've mentioned it, I missed it or just
I
have
think.
forgotten.
Well, that was the whole point of her. Like they're showing her training them. You know, she was trained by the envoys and how to use the.
Okay, so I misunderstood what envoy was. I took it as like a race kind of a thing, like a class of people that are specific and are born with this extrasensory perception kind of shit. Not
Oh, maybe
You know what
that
I
is
mean?
the way it is.
because
Like
they said you're the last one, so it's like why wouldn't you
I
just
think
train
it was.
more?
I think the envoys were.
And if he was the last one and they could train him, they'd say, "You come here, train us 100 envoys."
Right.
You know, I don't know. I think it's a born thing.
Okay. Maybe it is. So then, no, he wouldn't be the last one. Then she
Right,
would
if
be there.
she'd
too.
have to
Yes,
be
that would
one,
correct.
too.
That makes more sense. I like that better.
So someone's bombing the group and creating the ash from the flashbacks. One of the girls says they did it to themselves. DeSoto is executed by Kovac for mercy. I like
after
the
he-
line he said to him. That I can't remember
did this
what it
to
was.
myself, and I don't know why.
No,
I can't remember why.
What Kovac said to him. He said the same thing that dude said to him. I can't remember what the line was, but it was like, "Oh, that's nice, man." Like he said something nice.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the
Right.
specific words, but yes, I know. Like it was their little like
Right.
back and forth thing that
Yeah.
they had.
So Kellecrest orders Kovac to survive, and their plane takes off, and Kovac watches as it gets blown out of the sky. He's like, "Oh, he'll never catch them."
Boom.
Yeah,
And like right there, it looked like a
and
laser
you'll
came
never
from the
get her,
ground.
Jaeger. Yeah, it looked like it got shot out of the
Right.
sky.
And we come to find out.
Right. White Kovac remembered his sister was in the shuttle when it got hit. Turns out this is not his sister. It is his sister, but it was just the backup.
Right.
And then there was like
Not the bag. It was her. It was her
right,
stack, but it was just
she didn't
was backed
remember
up.
being in there. A bug / nanobots are circling while they're in the room there, like those things in the end credits.
right.
What was that shit about?
I'm not sure. Those are going to come into play at some
It's
point.
gotta
in time.
be a
It's
thing,
going to be
like a
like
tell. It's
your
gonna-
Preacher. You ever see Preacher?
No.
Oh, you never did? Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to be like whatever movie it was where you saw like a glare over their shoulder, and then they turned out to be, oh, that was Fringe with Peter, where like he was from the other, you know what I mean, that
the
kind
glare
of
over
thing.
the shoulder thing. Yeah, but they were from the. It was the other dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But like, I
love
feel like
that
there's
show.
going to be some sort of a tell like that when those things were around. This was happening.
Right.
You know, I don't know what this is yet, but
Right.
he finds some chambers with sleeves in them, and they're all
The people that he's-
they're all people that his sister has been dressing up as. It's echoes.
The dog
snoring over there.
snoring. Oh my god, that was the weirdest. I was like, "What is that noise?" So yeah, he finds the sleeves that are all her. The people he's interacted with.
It's been her in
It's
disguise.
been her in disguise.
So, in the shuttle, Ray blew up the shuttle because
She's
they
the one-
gave me life.
But she's the one the chick that is in the pod is the one who talked Bancroft into
Right.
pulling him out. Right.
She doesn't remember because she was backed up before the explosion, and she says she did it for him, not them. That's why she, didn't let everybody get killed or whatever.
Well, because he was
That
going to
was the end
die.
of that episode.
He was ready to give his life for the cause, and she didn't like that.
Oh,
She wasn't
right.
behind the cause,
Yeah.
The cause being the whole 100-year thing, and bring back real death.
She doesn't want to die.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I loved that episode. It felt like a standalone kind of thing.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best one of the series. So
Right.
far.
I really enjoyed the Japanese Kovacs.
Yeah, he was good.
That's a good character. That for some reason I'm more sympathetic to that guy.
Because that's the original, I think.
Right.
Right. Like you look at this the big white dude that plays him, and it's just the way
He's
that the show
wooden,
the way the
you know?
show has unfolded. It's like he's just a body. It's just
Yeah.
a means to an end
Right.
at this point.
And that actor, you know what I mean? Like that poor actor.
you
he can
think
just
he'll
be
find
replaced
his-
in- He can just be replaced in a
It's
season
crazy.
or two.
Do you think he'll get his original body back, or you think we'll find out that it was destroyed or killed? Or
Well, he already saw a clone of it.
no, that's not his original body.
Oh, original, you mean? I don't know.
Like the guy we're seeing in this episode.
Maybe he could still get it back.
That was like the first time we met Kovacs was in the body you're talking about.
Right.
Right.
Let's see. So the next episode is called Clash by Night, episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
When you believe a lie for so long, it doesn't set you free, it tears you apart. Thought that was interesting. When you believe something to be the case and then you find out it's not the case, it doesn't set you free. You're just like, that sort of shatters everything I
Everything
believe.
that I believe in. Yeah.
She played Bancroft into needing him. And okay, yeah, so this is where I figured out, okay, so she was in all those sleeves in this place using them to convince him to trust her.
Right.
And Demi was supposed to bring him to her to talk.
In the first
So that was
episode.
why there was somebody looking for him.
Right. It was because of her the whole time. Right.
Yeah. But do you think that, I mean, okay, so it makes her the big bad because it's not what he wants, and she, because she killed his girlfriend kind of thing?
Well, yeah. He doesn't. When he finds out, she turned on him. Maybe she already did, didn't she?
But she didn't turn on him, per se. She was protecting family. And,
Right.
like,
She was going by the
she didn't
family
turn
no matter
on
what.
him.
She turned on them.
Them, yeah. Yeah, she
Right.
said, I did it for you, not them.
Right. So he knows what she did. Right. He figures out.
I don't know. I guess it's possible. Michael's bitch ex. I
It
just
might
keep
not be
writing
that
down every
simple,
time.
man.
No, I
As
know.
the big bad. It's probably
Right.
not that simple. Bancroft seems like a pretty ruthless
Right.
dude.
So I forgot her name. I wrote it down later. But Michael's bitch ex from Lost. I can't. What is her name? I definitely wrote it down somewhere. Prescott, there you go, is giving Ortega shit, and she goes back into the police station, and everyone stares. And then
Right.
she looks across the desk and realizes her partner's gone, and then she's going to rat the boss out for taking money from the fight drone people. Was
Right.
it the fight drone people that he took money from? Who was it he was taking money
Bancroft.
from? Oh, Bancroft.
Right.
Okay. He gives her 15 minutes to get out and says he's done protecting her, and she's like, protecting me? So I mean, like, there's obviously layers to all this.
But like I love the medical field in this show. Like she said, she's like, I thought I broke your back. He's like, you did. The spinal fusion's gonna cost me
my year's deductible.
My year's deductible. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Like there's no like the medical field's so advanced in this world
But there's
that
no consequence for
they can
that?
fix.
And
anything.
he's not gonna like
They
sue
just
her for breaking his back.
They replaced his arm. You know, like.
Or her arm.
Her
right?
arm. Well, no, he does. He well, if you go, that's the politics there. He can't sue her for that because then he'd have to explain why. She did it to him in the first place. You know, because he's on the take and he doesn't want to.
Right.
You know, explain that.
So Ray is acting like nothing happened, and she drugged Lawrence. Then a Japanese invisible guy comes in, and she says she owns the place Kovac was tortured at. And she calls Ortega and the others fireflies. So that was I think that was a reference to the little bugs.
The little bugs, yeah,
fluttering around.
Okay,
but I don't know what that could mean.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, with 2 more episodes, we could watch after this.
Right. Tanaka told Mickey to stop looking for the ghost, and she asked him to match the blood on her hand. So who was she trying to get there with the blood on the hand?
Who?
Ortega. She had blood on her hand, and she asked Mickey to test the blood. I forgot who she got into it with. Silence. Yeah,
it wasn't. It wasn't. What was it? Somebody in the fight drum had to be.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she got a little bit of blood from Ray.
Possibly. I genuinely sorry. I don't know why
Yeah,
I
I'm a
asked
little
that.
bit-
I totally forgot what the answer would have been to even bring it up. I don't remember where that storyline went.
Right.
The ghost guy. I'm just calling him Ghost. He asks if Kovac is a believer, and he says for the first time in human history, when we pray, they answer. And he's talking about meths.
Right.
Calls his sister a living god.
Right.
It's an interesting.
You're taking it too far.
Him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly.
Like I can see you in casual conversation be, oh, they're like gods.
Yeah.
They live forever. But to like
Think they're actually gods.
wholeheartedly
Yeah.
believe that.
Right. What is a dipper?
I mean, I think it's like a term for a hacker or something like that.
Okay. Something
Like, 'cause they needed a good hacker, which
Okay.
was the dude's wife, Vernon's wife.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So Ortega shows up and they're like in a market somewhere.
Some crazy.
Somewhere that looks awful. I would never want to be there. It just doesn't look pleasant. Those streets where everything is a fucking restaurant outside and food's just sitting everywhere, that grosses me out for some reason. I
So
don't
bad.
know why.
And it's just like a shipping container shanty town.
Now
like,
watch,
no, I don't
the
wanna
food
live
there's
there.
probably better than the food we're eating, but for some reason, like healthier or something.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Right. So he's
I mean,
being.
come on, man. With the medical
Oh, yeah,
field,
I
there's
forgot
no more
about that.
diabetes in this
Right.
in this world. Like,
I just let
what
the
does it matter?
sleeve
You
shrivel
fucking
away to nothing.
smash
and
as
then get
many
another
Big
one.
Macs in your face as you fucking want. You
Well,
know?
they would just do something to fix my pancreas.
Right.
So he's being cold to Ortega. He's
Your
doing that.
pancreas.
He's doing that thing that everybody does in shows, where they're just like, "What? This didn't mean anything." Bleh.
Yeah, he's playing
And
her
they don't
because
want to do it, and you know what I mean. They feel bad, but they're
Right.
doing it anyway because it's for the better. It's for your
Right.
own good. Like that feels like such a cliche and stuff. Like it's a trope. You know?
it's a storytelling tool.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
just
really
happens.
is.
It is.
It's a.
He comes off as a
Because it's a
storytelling tool in this
He
scene.
does.
Poe is empowering Vernon's daughter by letting her throw knives.
I totally get where he's coming from in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Teach
Oh,
her
it
how to
makes
be
sense.
strong and
It'll just make her feel safe, and then she
Right.
can go out and venture out into the world. So we find out that Ava is sleeve sick in the dude body.
Right.
And
Well,
that
she's
Ava
cross
is
sleeve,
Vernon Elliott's wife.
right.
So they go into the virtual space with Lizzie, and Lizzie recognizes her mom, as you said, and she talks to her dad again, and they hug as a family. And she says that she trained via time dilation, where it felt like months but was moments in the real, as she said.
Right. So she's gotten all kind of training.
Yeah.
Which is
months in moments.
See,
that's
cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to go and like learn a lifetime full of shit in a day.
Yeah. And then just
Like,
come
I
back.
know Chinese now.
Yeah, and then just come back the next day and like I would want to know
I speak
like
Mandarin.
Yeah, I'd want to know so many things.
Right.
I'd do that all the time. Imagine that you could learn
That's
so
how
many
you
skills.
would spend. Yeah, you'd be a savant at anything.
Right, months in a day. I wonder if that. No, that wouldn't. I was just thinking aging, but that wouldn't really matter in this world.
Like I said, it's a day in the real world.
No, I just mean but if you're. So it's virtual then.
Yeah.
That's why. Gotcha. I was thinking, does
It's like
that
the
count
Matrix.
towards your
Like you're
aging?
virtually.
Gotcha.
That's a cheap connection there.
Right.
It's kind of like the Matrix. Like, oh, you stole that idea.
Yeah.
It's a reworded, but it's the
everything's
same
an
idea.
I mean, everything's
Yeah.
stolen.
Yeah, it is.
That's probably why we like it, because it feels slightly similar.
Do you like the Matrix?
I remember liking the first Matrix movie.
I remember liking the first and the second one. The third one like weirded me out.
The third one, that architect
It was
scene,
weird. It was hard to
that
follow.
was why, for anybody who did hate the Lost finale, that was why the Lost finale was the way that it was. Because Damon Lindelof said, I will never do anything like the architect scene where I just explain the answers. You know, he said that was so off-putting in that movie.
Did
The
they
guy just explained what the Matrix was, like
Right.
just in plain English, just like, oh, we did this and this and that. And it was just like, well, that was... Well, now what?
Yeah.
You know, that's not satisfying as
It
an
wasn't.
answer.
No.
So he was just like, no, some mysteries need to remain, and some can be told. The ones that matter to the characters, you'll find out, et cetera, et cetera. So Ava's upset that Kovac for destroying who she is.
To show who her daughter.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, someone else did that already. And then, oh, shit,
Right.
he got the stacks from the envoys who died at Stronghold.
Right.
All of them. Was that what he found in that thing that one time?
He was
Or
standing
was that
over-
a museum?
It
or
was
some
the museum,
shit?
like, or something where she was standing. Yeah.
I bet he took them from there then.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were all killed by the Rawlings virus. And he
Okay.
had them use those to put together a Rawlings virus
Okay.
so that Poe could give it to the other AI so they could use it in this huge,
Gotcha.
elaborate lie.
Right. So Poe is in a meeting with the other hotels and Edgar A on his shirt. Edgar Allan Poe.
Love it.
And he's about to bet Lizzie in a game of cards, and then he gave him the Rollins virus, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kovac is trying to convince Bancroft that the case is closed. He brought a bunch of people with him, and one of them is the killer. And the rest are witnesses. And Clarissa Ray recommended hiring him, so she's there too. And they're modifying the clip to make it look like he went into a place called Prick Up. Like they were doing it like live.
Yeah, it was
Like, that's
awesome.
fucking insane to be like,
Right.
oh, we're just going to just cut this clip together. So we still don't know who did it or
No.
how it all happened.
Still don't
right?
know how it happened. Right.
Huh.
Which I think is a cool mystery that we hopefully find out later.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Like how
really
that
care,
actually-
but
what
now
really
that
happened.
they've
Now that
concluded
they
it,
made up a lie,
Yeah.
concluded it.
yeah, now
now
it's
I
like,
wanna
well,
know what
shit, what
happened.
did actually happen there?
Right.
So,
I think the wife had something to do with it. She wants to make him
Probably.
go away.
so Prick Up has been shut down.
That's the prick up was the
Prick
dreadlock
Up.
dude at the poker table.
Gotcha.
That's his establishment.
Gotcha. Okay,
Right.
so the core was restored by the Rawling virus.
Destroyed, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know why it said restored. I probably typed destroyed, and it just came up that Poe gave it to the place. They're framing Michael's bitch X, whatever her name is. You said it before. Prescott. Oh yeah, the woman he likes to hurt looks like Prescott looked that weekend.
Right. She was using a different sleeve.
Yeah,
right.
he's convincing Bancroft he fired her and that he was infected, so he tried to kill himself to keep his backup from getting corrupted.
right. And then he faked the needle cast.
Yeah, he's believing it and suggested that he faked the needle cast.
He comes up with that
Yeah,
idea.
that's
So
what I
he's
mean.
buying
filling
into
in the gaps, for him.
yes.
And Bancroft says not a word of this will leave this room, and that he's going to ruin her, Prescott. Kovac isn't liking this for some reason. He's not
No,
I
he
don't
doesn't.
think he wants to.
Well, he's
ruin
ruining
her.
this
Yeah.
chick. Like,
But he asked for his pardon and payment, and he brought those people so he could convince the crowd more easily to more easily convince the man.
right.
Which is an interesting idea. If you convince everybody in the room, then he'll be
More likely to be convinced.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Kelcrest Falconer tells him he won, and she says he ripped the truth out and weaved it into a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And Mickey gives Ortega some info, and she finds the guy to blackmail. And then Kovac sets the telescope to the night Bancroft died, and it's pointing at Head in the Clouds, a satellite of sin. And his sister said, "I've become a titan of industry, dealing with the many weaknesses of the flesh." So that's her place.
That's her big place, right?
KF appears and tells him that's where he wove his life from, the truth, and Kovac has been pardoned and paid. And the guy Ortega is blackmailing takes her to Ray's sleeve storage unit, and dude shuts the door with her inside.
Right.
And then Ray wakes up and bursts out of the pod, and she calls Ortega the latest love of Toc's life. So she's like Deb on Dexter.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like,
it's a good comparison.
yeah, super into her brother.
Right.
And like protective, like, oh, you're just the latest bitch he likes. He loves me, Like that's so a women insecurity thing right there.
Right. Like, I hate to be like misogynist.
Oh, no,
or
I didn't
sexist
mean
like
it like that.
No,
But,
no.
like,
no, I
that's
know
how
you
it comes
didn't.
across
but like,
in shows.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
That
It does.
typical, they're so insecure of another woman that it's
Right.
It's your brother, dude. Relax.
That's a man writing the.
right.
the show,
yeah,
right.
Exactly. So they fight, and Ortega kills Ray, but gets a stab wound for her troubles. And then another Ray wakes up, and then another, and then oh shit, one
Just
woke
blowing
back
him
up
away.
afterwards.
Do you
And-
realize how much money you just
Yeah,
cost me?
exactly.
Like, basically, her whole
her backup?
that was her whole
supply.
backup supply.
But
yeah.
she fucking punched her so hard that you saw it move in her back, like that shot.
Oh, that's because she
I
had with
forgot
the
metal
robot arm.
Yeah, I forgot.
And then
about
she was
that.
fighting her with the sword with it and shit. That shit,
Uh-huh.
I thought it was kind of a cool scene. I thought the
Right.
whole scene was kind of a cool scene. Her killing all the different rays. I thought that was
Ended
pretty
with
badass.
her punching through her essentially, and then the door opens, and then it's the little kid version in a closet. That's still Ray, isn't it?
I don't know. Or is it the actual little girl? I don't know.
Okay, so
maybe
maybe
she
they
cloned
cloned
her.
her and kept her there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or she's totally getting played.
Right, and it's
Right.
another version of her, and yeah, I don't know.
Next
I wasn't
episode
expecting-
starts with that creepy little girl like and fucking
Right.
stabbing her in the back with something. She stabbed the fuck out of her with that piece of glass though.
Yeah,
It was pretty brutal. She got
Yeah,
right in
that
the
was
gut
deep.
too. But like I said, the medical thing, she's just gonna go get that shit fixed. She's gonna be a cyborg by the time this is all said and done.
right.
The feisty little Latin chick fucking shit up with her metal arm.
Right. I mean, the
Right.
metal arm's a badass thing. to
I
have.
love it. Like I said on the podcast before. If there's any ever a time when you can sign me up to give me robot parts,
Right.
I'm in
Yeah, fine.
wholeheartedly, without hesitation.
Right.
Somebody says your knee's out, you need a whole new robot leg. Fucking chop it off.
Done.
Put me to
Let's
sleep
do it.
right now.
Do it to it.
Right. I'll be able to jump 6 feet in the air. Yes, do it.
Just on the one leg.
On the one leg. That's all I need is one leg. It'd be fucking Superman. Just fucking. That's all you need. Give me
every
a-
time.
Fuck it. I volunteered. Give me the chop. If you're gonna do this one, do this
Do
one at the same
both.
time. Do them both. Give me
Take my good leg.
The bionic fucking man. Just take it out.
Take both my
Why
legs. Whenever it's time to do this podcast, I always think, oh shit, I gotta watch 2 episodes of this because it's like a long show. Sometimes,
Yeah, it
sometimes
is,
it's
yeah.
over an hour. But always, when I get to the end of the 2, I'm always like, I'd like to watch another one right now.
I do it every time.
You
And
know?
like the last time I was watching, I was laying on the couch. And the remote was far away from me, so the next episode started, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like I had to jump off the couch and hit the menu button,
Yeah.
so I didn't see what was happening next.
Yeah, but I'll probably try to watch another one tonight.
I'm
maybe.
probably
I don't
gonna
know.
go home and Jenna might need some help finishing up some shirts, but I'm gonna after that I'll probably watch an episode.
Okay.
But then I gotta get up early. I gotta fucking take care of some shit and then go to Portage.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, check out our other shows. We're still doing Walking Dead at the moment. If you're into that show, his sister, his wife, my sister, and I were doing a podcast for Chronologically Lost. That's all on the YouTube channel and on iTunes.
100-something episodes, ain't it?
Yeah, 101 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, that went for a long time.
That's awesome.
And we'll be back next week for the finale of season 1 for Altered Carbon because
This is how to watch TV.
see you later.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.